Hello viewer, welcome to another episode of Val's Kitchen. I am your host and your baker, Ida Omboy. I'll be showing you how to bake a simple banana cake. So we'll begin with what I have. This is an electric whisk, and this is what we'll use to bake the cake. We also have margarine. This is 175 grams of margarine. We also have sugar. The sugar is also 175 grams of sugar. The same amount of sugar you put is the same amount of margarine we'll put. We also have 4 pieces of eggs that are not beaten. And in it we have vanilla essence, dark vanilla essence. So the dark vanilla essence will be to reduce the taste of eggs. We also have 2 pieces of bananas. We'll mash them and put them in our cake. We have flour, 250 grams of flour, of all-purpose flour. We also have baking powder, and in it we have bicarbonate of soda. So this is also a greased tin. We have greased it so that the cake cannot stick while we are putting it in the oven. You can alternatively use a grease-proof paper while baking your cake. So we'll start by mixing the margarine, 175 grams, and the 175 grams of sugar. So we'll put it in here. This is the mixture. Then we'll whisk it together using the electric whisk. So we'll put the low speed while whisking it. And we'll have to do this until it turns cream white. Mix all the sides of the margarine and the sugar and make sure they turn cream white. So the mixture has begun to come up together. As you can see, the margarine can't be seen and the sugar can't be seen. So you'll do this for around 15 minutes. With a manual whisk, you'll only do it for around 30 minutes. But because it's an electric whisk, we'll do it for only 15 minutes. So we can add up the speed to more speed if you want it to be faster. And make sure you get all the sides of the margarine and the sugar together. So this is what we call our buttercream. And we are doing this to create air spaces. So this is the cream that we'll use to mix with the eggs and the flour. But you have to beat it until it's all done. And in place of the margarine, you can also use butter. In case you don't like margarine, you can use butter. You use the same amount of butter as you have used for margarine in place of it. So the mixture is it's mixing up well. It's turning a little bit white. Yeah, it has stopped being yellow, so the color of the margarine can't be seen anymore. So, and as you can see, when we are whisking, it's becoming more and more. So the more you whisk your cake, the bigger the cake will be. But you have to make sure you don't under whisk it. At the same time, don't over whisk it. The minute you over whisk your cake, it will crumble, it will crack, and you'll not be able to decorate your cake. So you have to make sure you've done this perfectly and correctly. And don't miss any part of the buttercream. So we can continue to add up the speed. And the mixture is turning white. So this can be a bit tiresome, but with an electric whisk, it's actually much better. With a manual whisk, you have to be patient. I first started off with a manual whisk, but after some time, I just decided to buy an electric whisk. So it's becoming more. Yeah, get all the buttercream from all the sides. So it's turning cream white. More of it is turning cream white. But you have to make sure it gets to that total color of cream white. So I've been doing this for 2 years, basically. And with time and experience, you get to know how to do it better and better. So you'll just have to be patient with it. So the mixture is becoming a lot, and as I've said, don't under whisk it, don't over whisk it. So for the margarine, you have to make sure you use the one you're comfortable with. Some will use Prestige, some will use Blue Band, some will use butter. They all give the same results, a good cake. But for the margarine, I did realize there will be more air spaces in your cake. So our mixture is getting better and better. And for this, we can now add the eggs one by one. Let's first get all the sides of the buttercream. So we'll add the eggs one by one. So it's cream white like we needed it to be. We have not under whisked it and we have not overdone it. So I'll still continue whisking as I take my eggs. So I'll put it off, and as you can see, our eggs, we haven't beaten them up. So that means we'll put the egg yolk one by one. So we'll begin with just one. Make sure you just get one into the mixture. Then mix it all up. Before you add the next egg, you have to make sure that your mixture, you can't see the egg in short. So you can see the egg has disappeared. You can add the next one. Just as you're whisking. So the egg adds up the mass of your cake. And for those who don't like egg, that's why we use vanilla essence. You can barely feel the taste of the egg in the cake. But in case you don't use the vanilla essence, you'll definitely feel the taste of the eggs. So it's all mixed up. We can add our next one. Yeah, that's perfect. So these are 4 pieces of eggs. You have to make sure that with these measurements, they have to be exactly 4 pieces of eggs. If you use more eggs than 4 pieces, your cake won't come out perfectly. So we'll add the next one. So our eggs are complete. So we have to whisk this till it's all done. So it has become a little bit watery. Make sure you don't overdo it once again. So after this, we will mash the bananas. This is when it becomes a banana cake. So we'll mash these 2 bananas. The reason I didn't mash them before is because when you mash the bananas before time, it usually turns dark. So to make sure it's fresh, the cake, we have to do it the exact time that we need to add it to the cake. So we'll mash 2. For the measurements, we need 2 bananas, and make sure you get good ripe bananas. It will help in at least being fast in mashing them. So we'll use a fork. This is easier to use. We'll first cut them into pieces. We'll use a fork. When you use a spoon, it becomes harder. So we'll use this fork. It gets all the pieces all together. So the more bananas you put, the more your cake will taste like a banana cake. So we'll do this until they're all mashed up, like baby's food. You know, you can't put the whole piece into the cake. will just taste the whole banana in the cake. So you have to make sure at least the whole cake is tasting like banana cake. So that's why we have to mash it up, all of it. So we're almost done. See, with a fork, it's much better.
I don't deny there's some
And
strange
yep, like that is good.
evolutionary process going on. But mankind won't be destroyed. In fact,
So we'll add this
you
to
and I
our
are
mixture.
working here today.
So this is the next process. After adding the eggs to the mixture, we add the bananas. Then after that, we'll add the flour. But first, we'll mix this with just a spoon. We'll not need to whisk another time. So the whisking part is over. You just do that when you're doing mixing the margarine, the sugar, and the eggs. So this is all mixed up. Make sure you get all the bananas from the container. So we're done with that bit. So we'll use the spoon and mix up the whole banana into the mixture. So it has submerged into a mixture. You can't see any bit of the banana, but when you taste the cake, it will definitely taste like a banana cake. So from here we'll add the flour. So here we have bicarbonate of soda on the side, and we also have baking powder on the other side. So we'll mix it up together, add it to our flour. So you can see the flour is a little bit cream, and the baking soda and the baking powder, they are white. So we'll mix this into our mixture. The baking powder is for making the cake to rise, and the bicarbonate of soda is because we have added eggs. And then we'll mix it all up. So here you don't need to use a whisk again. So we do what you call folding in. So you fold in from out to in until all the parts of the flour are all mixed up such that you can't see any flour in the mixture. So it's almost done. Actually, we're almost done. And before we finish to mix it up, we'll have to set the oven, because you have to put it in a heated oven, a 10 minutes heated oven. So we'll set the oven to 180 degrees. We'll set the coil to the upper coil and the lower coil, and we'll set the timer to 45 minutes. So this is basically the standard for baking this cake, but mostly it depends on your oven. There are some will put more time and a little bit temperature, but for me I like using 180 degrees of temperature and 45 minutes, and set the upper and the lower coil as you can see here, so that your cake can heat on the upper part and on the lower part. So we'll leave it to heat for like 10 minutes as we mix this all up, so that you can get all the pieces in the whole mixture. So with this, I'll put it in my tin. So my tin is greased, so you can also put the grease-proof paper. It also makes your cake does not stick while it's in the oven. So if you do a mistake and you don't grease your tin, definitely your cake will just stick inside it, and you'll have a very hard time trying to remove it from the tin. So we'll put our mixture. And our cake smells nice. So we'll first level it off. Make sure that there are no more air spaces inside. You have to make sure like all the parts are leveled off, so that it rises in a very leveled manner. So we'll add some more parts of the mixture. Level it off again. So you see our mixture is quite a lot. So you see it's like half of the tin. It's supposed to rise until it has reached at least at the edge of the tin. So we'll put this into our oven, and we'll time the coil, the upper and the lower one. We'll also put the timer into 180 degrees, and we'll put the time into 45 minutes. So we'll open up our oven and put the cake at the middle of the oven. This is to make sure it heats from below and also the upper part. So the oven is heated up. You have to make sure you put it in the heated oven. So don't burn the door of your oven. So we'll just close it well, and we'll let it bake for 45 minutes. As our cake is baking in the oven, I will show you how to make the icing for decorating the cake. So here we have cooking fat. This is 125 grams of cooking fat. We also have icing sugar, 125 grams of icing sugar. So it's sieved to make sure that foreign particles are not in the icing sugar. We have vanilla essence. This will be to make our cooking fat, the taste will not be there while you're eating the cake. We have golden yellow. This golden yellow flavor, this is food color. So because our cake is banana cake, so I chose yellow at least to make it look more of a banana cake. We also have green food color. This is just for decorating and making our cake to look better. And this is basically water. So the water we'll use, it will mix with the food color so that we can mix with our icing sugar and the cooking fat. So we'll begin by mixing these two the same way we did with our sugar and our margarine. That's the same way we'll whisk the two. So I'll put this in here. It's all mixed up. Let's put our vanilla essence. So this is to make sure that the cooking fat, it doesn't taste in our cake. So as I had said earlier, you can add the icing sugar a spoon by spoon so that you get all of it mixed up together in a very good manner. So this mixture, we'll divide it into two. So we have to make sure all of it is mixed up. So we'll divide our buttercream into two so that we can mix it up with our food color. So we'll just take a little bit of it and put it into the other tin. This will be for decorating the whole cake, and this will just for be decorating the upper cake to make it look really nice. So after that, we'll put some water into the golden yellow food color. Just a little bit, make sure it's as little as possible, and mix it with like a small spoon. This is what we'll use to mix with our buttercream. So the reason why we are putting water is so that the cake does not taste bitter. Yellow one. Our cake is ready. So we'll mix this up. See, it's turning yellow. Golden yellow precisely. Mix all this up until you can't see any more solution of water with the food color. So we'll do the same for the other part that we have divided from this buttercream. So we'll mix this, a bit of this, because our buttercream is a little bit, it's not like the other one. So we'll just put a bit of this. Not so much. We don't need it to become so watery. It will make it very hard for decorating our cake. So this is a very good green, some rich green. So you can use any food color as long as you use the same process. Mix it all up just the same way you've mixed up the other yellow mixture. So sometimes you can use blue, you can use red, you can use pink. Just the theme you want from your cake. The reason why I picked yellow is just because bananas are yellow and we are making banana cake. So our cake has to be yellow. So this is all mixed up in a good way. So we can now check on our cake, and we'll use this small knife. So we'll dip it into the cake. If it comes out sticky, that tells you that your cake is not ready. But if it comes out very clear, that tells you your cake is ready. So we'll also use this kitchen towel because the oven is hot. So we'll get our cake out, and before we do that, we'll have to poke it a little bit with a knife. So you can see it's clear. We'll do more for the sides. It's all clear. So this means our cake is ready. We use this cake stand so that we put our cake for it to cool. So I normally use this cake stand. There are various small cake stands that you can use. So normally, since the tin is hot, just improvise a little bit of this and take up my tin and pour out my cake. Then after that, I remove my cake. So our cake is ready, and it's leveled, very much leveled, because we leveled it while we were putting it in the oven. So we'll let this cool for around 30 minutes. Depends with your cake, but around 30 minutes is good, so that we can decorate our cake. We normally don't decorate the cake when it's hot. It's not really good to take, it's not really even healthy to take a cake that is hot. So we'll let this cool for 30 minutes. Actually, if your cake is not leveled, you actually level it with a knife. We call it a saw knife. But for this, it's leveled, so we can decorate it as it is. But if it's not leveled, if it is raised, you can cut off the bottom part. And if it is not, it is sunken at the middle, you can add parts of cake crumbs. So we'll get bits of it from the top side, from out to in,
But mankind won't be destroyed.
that way, so that we can get some more of our buttercream to decorate the cake. So once again, you just smear from where you're seeing it, and now our cake is fully covered. You can put some more of it. Make sure your cake is fully covered. No customer will actually want to see a cake that's not covered and it's untidy. From out to center, from out to center. Make sure it's straight again. Remove some bits that are on the side. So now we'll wipe our cake board to make our cake neat before we decorate the upper parts. So you can use a towel. Normally a serviette or a tissue kitchen towel will stick, but you can use this. Make it as tidy as possible. So our cake is all tidy. So we'll take the piping bag, the coupler, and the nozzle. So this nozzle has a certain shape. So this shape, you can just use it with your creativity to get out a certain shape on your cake. So we'll open up the nozzle. Now the coupler, that is, put the nozzle and put it in the piping bag. Then we'll close the nozzle with this part of the coupler. First, you have to hold your piping bag this way to make sure that you get in your buttercream in the inner part of the piping bag. So we'll put this green mixture inside the piping bag. Just put the whole of it because it's not much. Normally you're not supposed to put a lot of it. So we'll squeeze this out. And make sure there is no airspace. Make sure you hold your piping bag well to push out the buttercream. So do it round. You don't necessarily have to do this shape. You can do a shape that pleases you around the cake. We can also do that for the lower part of the cake. We can adopt this design here.
I don't deny there's some strange evolutionary process going on.
So
Won't be destroyed.
you blending in the colors just has to do with you.
I are working here today.
You can watch some videos on YouTube. You can just see what other bakers do and come up with your very own. Push it all out. So our cake is fully decorated. We can do a stir for the remaining part of our buttercream. To spice up the decoration of our cake, we can use either the dark chocolate vermicelli or we can use the colored vermicelli. So as for me, I'll use both. Just take a bit of it. Just pour a little bit on your hand and pour on top of the cake. Also make sure you get on the sides. Just sprinkle a little bit, don't overdo it. So you see, it's actually making our cake look much better. It looks prettier. This looks much better. The middle side you can also write the name or add something up, but for today we'll just decorate the cake as it is. Get some more. So we're done with that part and our cake is ready. And it looks really nice. I hope you guys had fun in making the simple banana cake as I did. For more information, you can contact me on 0791 496 381. You can also contact me in my social media platform accounts, that's Instagram under Tamara's Cakes. Also on Facebook, my page, Tamara's Cakes, and on YouTube too, Tamara's Cakes. For more information, please contact 21144. Thank you.